The gay community is up in arms over Duck Dynasty, a TV show that gays do not watch. Thank you for tuning into the Power News with your host Shikama. So the Duck Dynasty is in supposedly hot water over comments made by the father of the Robertsons, Phil, the 60 some odd year old man. In a GQ magazine interview, he laid out his views about sin. So, first of all, I'm going to completely not take his words out of context and put them directly into context, and you will see how disgusting these charlatans who call themselves gay and lesbian association or whatever are trying to target and destroy this man over something that they're not involved in at all. So, as it stands, Phil Robertson, the father of the Duck Dynasty crew, the reality TV show, which is categorized as hyper masculine TV show, whose target audience are straight males ages 18 to 49, and not only straight males but Christians are turning to the show more and more often as they hear the members of the Duck Dynasty family embrace Christianity and talk about Christianity openly on the TV show. I don't watch the show at all. I've never even seen not even one episode. So if I get anything wrong, please correct me in the comments. So from my research, I have found that this family is ultra conservative and Christian, right? So we've had controversies where they have done things where even the Christians have come out against them, which I think was kind of stupid, because it's only certain types of Christian that would come out against them when they're in the wine incident, when they were being promoted by wine. And there's a certain group of Christians who say, oh, drinking wine is a sin, which is not biblical. And those Christians, those people calling themselves Christians should really be quiet, shut up, and actually read their Bible and know that drinking wine is not a sin. First of all, so that's that controversy laid to rest. If you think that drinking wine is a sin, you are not a Christian, period. First of all, so let's clarify that. That is not biblical. There is nothing in the Bible that says drinking wine is a sin. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that. If your pastor tells you that, please get up out of the pew and leave the church. That is not a Christian church. That is something else, some sort of satanic thing pretending to be Christian. There's nowhere in the Bible that says drinking wine is a sin. So in the interview with Phil Robertson, he talked about sin. And he talked about specific acts that were sins. Drinking, lying, adultery. And he talked about the difference between a vagina and an anus. I don't know if he used the actual word anus, but from what I read, they're quoting him as saying anus. He said that a vagina has far more to offer than an anus. An anus doesn't have anything to offer because all it is a closing muscle. If you wanted to get into the anatomy of it, a vagina is an entire section that if you put your penis into, all you can feel, you have feeling all the way from the shaft to the tip. If you put your penis into an anus, the only thing that you feel is the little ring, and this is the anus, because that's what the only purpose that the anus serves, is to open and close like that. That's it. It's about as wide as my finger here. That's it. So he is correct. A vagina has way more to offer than an anus, right? He didn't say gay, lesbian. He didn't say anything. He said a vagina has more to offer than an anus. So then this group, GLAAD, took it upon themselves to call him out. They put pressure onto A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Channel, and got him fired off the show, or suspended as they call it. So he is fired off of his own show about his family off of his own show, right? That A&E would bow to this pressure is ridiculous. Let me go into that in detail. I do this channel. I have this channel. I have other things online. I own things online, websites and what have you online, and I have analytics that I can look at, and I can see who watches my channels, who goes to my websites, how old they are, how rich they are, how young, what kind of things, where do they shop. The analytics are very detailed. Now, if you can imagine, a major television network would have analytics that would put my analytics to shame. So, let's break down the numbers. Number one, all homosexuals, be they men or women, are less than 1% of the American population. If you counted them all, they're less than 1% of the population, right? First, and there are several studies that have proven that and have come out and said that, right? So we are talking about less than 1% of the population. The target audience for A&E's Duck Dynasty are straight men, Christian, from 18 to 49. That some lesbians and homosexuals would take it upon themselves to target Mr. Duck Dynasty for comments that he made outside of the show, where he was basically preaching and talking about sin and God and Jesus, means that they want to destroy the Christian church. They don't care about Mr. Duck Dynasty. That is all a ruse. They want to destroy the church. So they're saying this guy needs to be taken off of the show. A&E, in their infinite ignorance, who didn't have the balls to turn around and say, you're not our demographic. You're not our target audience. You have nothing to do with the show. None of our sponsors cater to you. Nobody that we have as a sponsor for this show wants you as a customer. They don't need you as a customer. And that is the truth. People who are trying to get straight male Christians are not looking to target homosexual, lesbians, or homosexual men. It doesn't make any sense. You do not have a dog in this fight. But wait, there's more. Now they want to force Phil Robertson to go through a like an Alcoholics Anonymous and have him talk to homosexuals because they say he's ultra homophobic. No, he's not homophobic. He's Christian. It's not some sort of mystery. It's not some sort of psychological indiscretion or something wrong with him. He's a Christian. You are not a Christian. He's a Christian. You have a difference of opinion, a vastly difference of opinion. He believes that your lifestyle leads to death. And if we're talking scientifically, if you don't want to believe in Christianity, let's talk scientifically. If and the entire human race was homosexual, 100%, we would die off within 1 year. No babies means no reproduction. All of the people that die every second in the entire world, the human race would cease to exist within 1 year. We would lose so much population in 3 months that it would be a turning point to such a degree that the rest of the population could not keep up. After 6 months, the entire culture and the way of life would completely break down. 6 months. In a year, we would be dead. 9 months, it would be Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, that sort of thing. In a year, the human population would cease to exist. Or it would be so unrecognizable as humans that this entire debate would be nothing. So, whatever your argument is, Glad, pick your argument. Are you going to go scientific or are you going to go Christian versus non-Christian? If you're going to go Christian versus non-Christian, we have this document called the Constitution that protects people like Phil Robertson from people like you who are trying to force laws and the government to step in to squelch this guy so he can't say what he believes in. This guy is Christian. He's talking about Christian things. He's talking about sin. What you are talking about is something completely different. He's not homophobic. He's talking about sin. A homophobe would be somebody who says, I hate gay people. At no point did he say, I hate gay people. He went into detail about at least 10 different sins, one of which had to deal with a sexual act that homosexuals engage in, but also that straight people engage in. So how are you targeting him? He's talking about sin. You're taking it upon yourself to co-opt the conversation to get the focus on you because you're not a part of this TV show. This TV show is not for you. You do not have a dog in the race, right? You're not a part of the demographic. You're not a part of the target audience, and you are trying to destroy the Christian church. That is the truth. Now, having said all that, this entire debate is a distraction. If I were Phil Robertson, since I assume he has some money, I would sue the hell out of GLAAD. I would sue the hell out of GLAAD. You could not get 2 cents in after I would be done with you. For you to sit on your high horse and try and say that somebody cannot express their Christian beliefs to somebody that interviews them, asking them for their Christian beliefs, you can go to hell and you need to be sued out of existence. That's the answer. That's the key. Now, all of these people, all of you watching me, what did I say? Don't get emotional. Get a lawyer. I believe he's rich. I don't know. I believe he's rich. With such a fantastic show. In doing research for this video, I went looked at some of the demographics, looked at some of the numbers. The show is gaining in status, is gaining in viewership. I'm sure the guy has probably got some money. He can well afford a lawyer. And we need to stop bowing down to 1%ers like the gay community. Stop bowing down to them. If you want to go to an interview and somebody asks you for your Christian beliefs and what do you believe in, and you give them a whole list of sins that you are against, and they want to come against you, you should stop bowing down to them and say, "Oh, you're right. I'm sorry for being homosexual." No. That's your Christian belief, and you need to sue them if they try and come out against you. If they're coming against you, you need to go against them. That's the answer. Don't get emotional. Don't say, "Oh, that's not politically correct. We can't abuse homosexuals." Homosexuals are abusing you. Homosexuals are abusing the Christian faith. This is what you must do. Get a lawyer. Don't get mad. Get a lawyer. If somebody calls me a name about my race, get a lawyer. If it's something where my entire reputation and my livelihood, this guy was on TV and they suspended him from TV. He has an open and shut case. It's almost in the bag. Get a lawyer, sue the hell out of them, and take them for every red cent that they have. This is enough. Now, having said that, I don't watch the show. I don't know the guy. I don't know if he's horrible. I don't know if he's fantastic. But that's my answer and that's my opinion. State your opinion below. Like the video and please share it. Thank you.